What is up, guys? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. In the last episode, what did we end up doing? Well, I think basically what we did is all the major things that we did was do some cop and some racer events, and we unlocked a new tier for each of the career modes, and we got to explaining some more things about how the game works, as well as talking about my love for a lot of cars. So you guys can expect a lot of that throughout the Let's Play. And so I think because we started with with racer events last time, let's start with cop events this time. And with that, let's do Blockbuster, which is an interceptor event with still on the traffic police units here, but still.
As a member of the SCPD, you have the full backing of the command center on every mission. For this next mission, command has approved the use of local roadblock units. Calling in the units will set up a roadblock ahead of you and the suspect on the road. Any collision with the roadblock will cause the suspect heavy damage and slow them down, giving you an opportunity to move in.
Alright, and as she mentioned, there is a new thing that we have acquired, which are weapons. And so each cop and racer has weapons, and we'll get to explaining that once we've acquired all of the weapons for both sides. But one of the ones unique to the cop side is the roadblock. And basically what it does is it sets up Mustangs essentially in a line and gives a little crack for cars to go through. Now the thing is it's decently easy to go through, not all the time, but for the most part, a lot of people just slam into it, especially in the higher tiers of cars. You don't have time to like adjust if you're going so fast. And the idea is obviously to slow the racers down, so if they get too far ahead of you, chuck a roadblock. It will always chuck a roadblock in front of the person who's in first. So that doesn't chuck a roadblock in front of the person that you're necessarily, in tandem with, especially if they're like in last place. It will throw a roadblock in front of the first place person, which brings its advantages and disadvantages. And so, do I think the roadblock is good? Yeah, I think it is really good, but also it's a pretty easy workaround. And I think that there's a certain areas, and you'll see them in the future, where roadblocks kind of suck massive wee-wee, where they don't really block the entire road. And so without further ado, we have the two new cop cars, which are the RX-8 for the cop side, as well as a unique car to the cop side, this police interceptor. So without further ado, I'm actually going to be choosing the interceptor, but give me a chance to record the two descriptions, and I will see you guys in the event. So let's get started. Alright, now as I stated in the first event, as we saw with interceptors, again, it's just the amount of time it takes to bust one person. Now the difference between this is as you get into the higher difficulties for these interceptor events, the major thing is that the cars sort of like start to drive erratically, like they don't just drive straight all the time. You might see it here, I'm not sure in this level of event yet, but you might see it here. You'll see him like all of a sudden just handbrake turn, so...
Interceptor 1 is the central. Roadblock units are approved for use. Move in.
I really do like that view, though, of the cop cam. It's really cool. Alright, let's get to it. Come here, Charger. I'm gonna bust your face in. Or, he's pretty quick. Come on, come on, come on. Almost got you, almost got you. So as you can see, especially when it comes to, like, comparing it to the first event, that Charger's taking a lot more damage than the first car we had. And, well, the first car had a lot of damage done to it already, the RX-8, in the first event, Interceptor event we did. But still, you guys can see what I'm saying here. Got him. Got a new achievement. Now, by the way, if you guys don't see my level up achievement, it's because I played through this game already. The remastered version. I just ended up deleting the save file and then restarting a new game now. So... yeah, get this guy. Boom! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Goodbye, dodge. I guess you could say he didn't dodge a bullet. I want to die. No, I'm joking. I just know my puns. A lot of people hate. Oh man, why am I the way I am, man? Got some nice bounty. Got some new rewards. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's take a look at what we got. A 370Z. Very nice car. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's do another cop event. Let's see what we got access to. So we do have access to a preview event. Now, again, this is also very similar. This is basically the same thing as the preview events for the racer side of things. So you can just basically expect the same level of all the things I mentioned about like letting the cutscene go through for the description of the car will apply here as well. The rapid response I said was very similar, equivalent to the preview events on the racer side, even though there are again preview events for the cop side. But what I'm saying is like for the rapid response, you won't always be forced into choosing one car. You can basically choose whatever car you want in a lot of those events. And just sort of similar to that, there are events that will restrict the cars you can use, like their themed events, stuff like that. So you'll see those throughout the game, and we'll point those out as we get to them. So, looks like we're going to be taking a look at the 177, one of the most exclusive Aston Martins to ever have been made.
For a strictly limited number of discerning customers, 177 fuses advanced technology with stunning Aston Martin design to create what is possibly the world's most desirable automotive art form. Aston Martin's 177 exists at the intersection between a limited edition artwork and pure technological innovation. The 77 people who will become owners are making a major commitment. Their reward? A car that is the culmination of all the elements that define Aston Martin's modern era. V12 power, lightweight construction, modern material, craft skills, design excellence, and naturally, raw beauty. For Aston Martin, 177 is a unique opportunity to create a car as functional art, an object of beauty and contemplation that can also be interacted with, enjoyed by a select few on a strictly personal basis.
All right, and with that out of the way, let us go to the 177 and begin this race. As indicative, a preview event, the time is what we are going to be rated on. Nothing too special in that sense. But a very beautiful car. Again, 77 of these were made. These were like some millions of dollars. Super expensive, super exclusive. This is also one of the cars that I drove last before I restarted the game and got a new Let's Play going. So I got a new playthrough going for this game. So I'm rather familiar with how this car drives. The difference between this car and a lot of the cars in this car's class is that this thing feels actually kind of like a boat compared to them. Those cars, this car feels a little bit more like it likes to throw its ass out a bit more than other cars, and that's just because it's generally heavier than a lot of the other cars that are in this class, which is, I believe, the oh man, I can't, because there's the highway and the traffic. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what this class is called again. It always slips my mind. It looks like we should be able to make this pretty well. We just got 2 miles in a minute. I think we got this. We should be good. About a mile a minute. Can we take this shortcut here, though? That's the question. Can we take it? Yes, we can. Woo! That was close. That was close. Oh, we got this. Go, 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 go! Whee! I'm surprised. I'm honestly, genuinely surprised I made it through that shortcut without screwing it up. Because knowing me with the Let's Play curse of, you perform really well off camera and all of a sudden you're on camera or recording and then you just screw up everything, I was surprised I made it through that without actually slamming into anything and still making it with a distinction. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Howdy, TTRS. Which, if you guys didn't see, literally like yesterday, it just got announced that the TT is actually being discontinued, which is really sad because I really like that car and I think it's really freaking cool. With 2 cop events out of the way, let's head off into another hot pursuit. We're gonna get into, let's see, actually, is there another? There's a sports series, so let's do the sports series first. Let's get this duel out of the way. So when it comes to duels, the major difference between duels and like regular races is that you're just driving and racing against another car. Obviously, you'll see how we get the highest amount of bounty here in a second. But yeah, that's the main idea. As you can see, there's cars that are not available. It's restricting us to just using the Lancer. And so without further ado, let's get into the event.
Different for a reason. Known as Evo to its friends, This is a high-performance sedan and the 10th official version to date. The Lancer Evolution saw success in the World Rally Championships with drivers' titles from 1996 to 1999 and a Constructors' Championship win in 1998. One of the Lancer Evolution's most revolutionary technologies is the Super All-Wheel Control SAWC system, which indirectly directs engine torque to the outside or inside wheels as needed. Making use of all available traction, SAWC gives the Lancer Evolution unparalleled cornering, acceleration, and safety. Every element of Lancer Evolution is specifically designed to improve performance and safety, from the racing-developed aerodynamics to the wide fenders, aluminum roof, and vented aluminum hood.
And with that, we got some cool stuff. So let's head into the event. Alright, so as you can see, for first, get 6,000. For second, you don't get as much bounty. As simple as that for duels. Nothing more, nothing less. As you can see, there's also a very nice car in that picture. But yeah, let's head into it. So as you can see, I'm not skipping like the intro cutscenes, and that's just because I feel that, you know, it helps add to the Let's Play and stuff like that. You get to see the nice landscapes and such like that. Eventually, it might get a little bit redundant, and I might end up choosing to not do this in the future, but for now, we're going to keep allowing the intros to go on. Tudoru versus Mitsubishi. By the way, one thing about this Evo 10 over the WRX here, if you guys don't know, if I'm not mistaken, Subaru spark plugs are notoriously difficult to exchange out because I think they put the spark plugs like in the side of the engine, which is different, or it's either like the engine is tilted on a different like degree, and so what ends up happening is the spark plugs become like jammed in between like the side of the car and the engine itself, and so they're incredibly difficult to replace them. If you guys want to see an example of this, Gears and Gasoline has a I love Gears and Gasoline, by the way. You guys are amazing, so shout out to you guys. But Gears and Gasoline, I will leave I think I'll put a card up in the video right now. They have this like road trip series, and in one of those road trips, one of the Bens, because the two hosts of that are both named Ben in those road trip series, took essentially a Subaru wagon on there, and he had to, I believe, exchange the spark plugs out at one point, and that looked like a lot of fun. Hint, hint, it was not. Oh, hint, hint, it didn't look like a lot of fun. This is one car I'd also always considered as the Evo 10 because it's the last generation of Evo that's ever existed, but I never got around to actually even finding one for sale, so unfortunately I wasn't ever able to get one of these cars. But again, I couldn't drive stick anyway, so, you know, maybe it was better that I wasn't able to find anything. But it's really cool how it's the WRX Impreza, you know, versus the Evo. It makes, you know, it makes a lot of sense. Two rally legend vehicles, rally legend cars going at it. And so it's kind of fitting that I'm driving this thing off-road. But nothing too bad. Looks like that guy is way far behind. I didn't realize how far ahead I got. Now, I mentioned the catch-up mechanic in... I mentioned the catch-up mechanic that this game has that's still indicative of how it was in Need for Speed in the older days as well. And you're not seeing this right now as hard, but when you'll see this when you get with the really, really fast cars. And you'll see it at the end cutscenes of some of the races, and I'll point those out when I notice them, or if I notice them in editing. This isn't too bad, we're almost there. Easy first place for ya boy. Ya boy, skinny pee. No, but ya boy. Very, very easy. Obviously, I'm first on the spiel. I ain't got friends. Sadly, I don't actually. I wish I did. I actually don't have friends who played this game who played Need for Speed at all, actually, or many of them, and a lot of them don't have this on PC. So, or the ones I do, friends I do have, you know, don't have this on PC. Just as we unlocked it in the cop side of things, we unlocked the TTRS in the racer side of things. Very cool car. Also considered to pick up one of these at some point. I love cars, man. You can tell I can love cars. And so, to end the episode off, let's end it off on an exciting note with a hot pursuit.
Your car has been installed with the latest anti-pursuit technology, the Spike Strip. Based on SCPD technology, the system releases a lethal spiked strip from the rear of your car. If another vehicle drives over the strip, they will be damaged and temporarily immobilized. Use the moment well and make your move. Your vehicle can only carry a limited number of strips and will take time to recharge after each use, so only fire when you are confirmed a hit. Your heads-up display will let you know when the system is online.
So as we acquired it in the last episode, we are going to be probably, actually, I think I will drive the new Z4. When it comes to the spike strips, it's actually not unique to the racer. There's two unique to the racer, and this isn't one of them. This is actually acquired by both the cops and racers. And so when it comes to the spike strip, you just throw it behind you, and like it said, it just immobilizes cars that hit you. They get into a spin, they take some damage as well. The thing with spike strips is that you'll see a strategy that I'll end up using in this race possibly, since cops and racers both have access to them. I'll point out some more things that each side does when it comes to like playing as a cop or a racer as the Let's Play goes on. So without further ado, let's try the Z4. Oh man, one of my most favorite cars in the entire world right on the screen there. Absolutely love the Mercy. One of my favorites. That's a car I grew up on, and we'll definitely be driving that car a lot when it comes to the later stages of the game, so I'm excited. Whee! And boys, we're off. Now, when it comes to spike strips, I just want to point something out, is that they're not just, used on cops. You can use them on your fellow racers. Like, that's a thing that can happen. And in, like, multiplayer, if you're a cop, you can definitely hit your own teammate cops with them as well. In addition to this, because I didn't use any of the roadblocks for the cop event, and I'm really sorry that I didn't, and show those off. I'll show those off as soon as I can again. We're going to use spike strips in this episode, so... Hello, Mr. Interceptor, which is like every cop car that you see ever in the US that isn't like a Ford Explorer. Man, that cop... What did he do? Look at him! He got completely wrecked. He wrecked himself. Get Shrek'd, I guess. So, just for demonstration purposes, you can see the one guy behind me. I'm going to throw down Spike. So you can see how it works, and then if they hit that, then they'll spin out. But might as well throw it out just so you guys can see it. We'll take a shortcut here, should be good. Not really worried about the cops, because there ain't anything that they're throwing at us. Haven't experienced a roadblock yet. I might be regretting saying that immediately, but haven't experienced a roadblock yet, so just waiting for that to happen. And there's another cop. Okay, I was like, where's the other cops? There's only one poor cop trying to catch all of us right now. I could just slam into that guy. Damn it, I didn't slam into that guy. Unfortunately. Take the shortcut. You catch me now, copper! Oh no, he followed me. That's what I get for... And he hits it! Let's go! As you can see in the rear view, you can actually see the spike strips when you throw them down. So you don't necessarily have to look back like I do. I just enjoy looking back. I'm used to doing it. It's like muscle memory, so... Oh, so you can see the little split there for a car to fit through. What people tend to do is you can set a spike strip right in the middle of that, and then it's like impossible for them to avoid. The first person up to it, anybody who tries to go through that little slit is going to get absolutely wrecked. So there's no way for someone to feasibly be able to get through that if you set a spike strip there. So it's really useful if you're especially like in first place or something. I'm actually going to throw one here because there's very little room for someone to dodge right there. So, oh well, he dodged it. Wait, he did. Man, that sucked. Go, 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 go. We're gonna boost here, gonna boost here, gonna boost here. Got. Uh-oh. Roadblock. Ow. And just to be safe, we'll just throw the last spike strip. It hit the wall, but... And let's go! We are finished with this hot pursuit. I have no idea what accent that is, and I apologize if I'm offending anyone with that accent. Me and my buddies were hanging out last night, and I was like commentating them, and that was one of the things that happened. So I'm sorry if if I offended anyone with that. We unlocked a new car in the performance series, the Maserati Grand Cabrio. Oh, by the way, gotta say, Maserati sound fantastic. Just unfortunate that they're a smaller company and that their quality sometimes comes into question. At least with the older models. And with that, as we've done 2 cop events and 2 racer events, I think we'll end off the episode there. So next time on Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, we will be hopefully getting into a new class of vehicle as we unlocked it in the previous episode and in this episode, and so I'm really excited, and I think previous episode, so I'm really excited to bring you guys a new class of vehicle. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Please comment, like, rate, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials linked in the description below. And with that, guys, again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
The super high output of the EcoBoost twin turbocharged engine is what defines this sleeper sedan from Ford. Anyone who overlooks the style of this revolutionary high-quality American sedan will be blown away by its hidden performance. Creating more power than larger, naturally aspirated engines, the 3.5-liter V6 is twin turbocharged and able to generate peak power of 365 bhp, while providing a maximum of 350 pounds per foot of torque across a broad range from 1,500 to 5,250 RPM. The purpose-built Police Interceptor will replace the iconic Crown Victoria as Ford's police car of choice from 2011 onward. The new Police Interceptor is fully equipped inside and out to support all the needs of a modern law enforcer. The RX-8 was launched in 2003 and has sold over 160,000 units worldwide. So far, this car has won more than 50 global awards, including many Car of the Year awards in 2003 and 2004. With a refreshed look and an improved performance, the latest RX-8 is still as stylish and fresh as it was when first launched. The Mazda RX-8's most unique feature has to be its Renesys rotary engine Genesis engine, which generates an incredible 232 bhp from a comparatively small, naturally aspirated 1.3 liters. Redlining at 9,000 RPM and with a very smooth power delivery, this light engine succeeds in creating an exciting driving experience. The 5-spoke wheel design features a shape which can be traced to the triangular rotor shape of its engine. Rear hinge doors show innovation in allowing passengers to easily access the rear seats while retaining an overall sports car size and shape. The BMW Z4 S-Drive 35IS is a modern reinterpretation of the classic Roadster, following in the footsteps of the 1930s BMW 3151 and the 1950s BMW 507. Adaptive M suspension helps deliver power and precision straight to the tarmac throughout the rev range. A light touch of the accelerator is all the twin turbocharged 6 cylinders need to provide an experience to match the freedom of roof-down driving. Driving a Roadster is an expression of style, not of extravagance. An elongated bonnet encourages your eye to trace the striking low shoulder line to its powerful rear. The hardest decision the driver has to make is whether the shortest route is the most enjoyable one.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create.